What up? What up? What up? Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? What's happening? Back at it again. Monday morning. Even though today is a holiday, I can't take off. I did feel like being lazy and using an excuse for today of a holiday and being lazy. But at the end of the day, y'all know we got to get it popping for the day. We got to get it going. We got to set it off. Yeah, I'm late this morning. People probably thought I wasn't going to come on, but you should already know I'm going to pull up. That's how I do. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. It's still Black History Month. And like I said, some people are becoming history. Or should I also say we are now also making history? Let me see you in the chat. Hold up. Let me pull up. What up, fam? What up? What up, Juicy? The Juice Show in the building. Mr. X, my boy Alan from the UK, Black Barbie 05, and my man ASAP Auto. Y'all already know. We're going to talk about some things today, man. But hopefully everybody had a good weekend, man. Hopefully, you enjoyed yourself, enjoyed your family, got you some rest, ate you some good food. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody had a good time this weekend, man. However you did it. As long as you know what I'm saying, you had good energy for the weekend, man. That's what matters. We're going to talk about some things today because we know as the world turns, life is always evolving, but some things are going backwards. And we're going to talk about some things today. And you know how I do. I'm going to show you how everything relates to everything. And then, I'm also going to give my opinion on what's going on. But this is the 4No Fame Live episode 109. And Chris Brown is being accused of a second sexual assault allegation, number 2. And it's kind of like the first situation, we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, or the $20 million lawsuit he got, where the woman said she was chilling with him, and then he gave her 2 drinks, she passed out. Well, this same story is similar, but it's from another woman, and it's looking nasty for Chris Brown. And it's all alleged information. I don't know if he really doing this stuff. I don't know if he pissed somebody off. I don't know. But one thing I do know is they coming for Chris Brown. They're coming for him. And you got to remember something with these allegation charges. They'll try to, you might have 20 people come at you at one time, and you can't even fight all the cases. And only one of them might be telling the truth. None of them, or who knows. But my point is this. They can send so much at Chris Brown at one time, he will not be able to fight every case. Y'all saw it happen to Bill Cosby too. We dealing with a whole nother animal when you dealing with this industry, and you getting the millies, you getting the millions, you getting a lot of money. You have to fly straight. If you don't fly straight, you always gonna set yourself up for failure. Anthony P, Sibling Party, what up? What's going on, family? How y'all doing this morning? They coming for Chris Brown again. They not letting their foot off the gas. And y'all know a couple weeks ago, Chris Brown popped out. After the first allegation, he came out and said that it was all cap. They lying. So now they do something else at Chris Brown for him to fight this too. So I will be talking about this Chris Brown situation, man. ABG BK all day. I know y'all pulling up late because I was late. But y'all here now. So y'all keep it going. I'm gonna get to y'all later. We about to make some breakfast. Also, a big YouTube star from the UK. Now, you know, this individual, Jamal Edwards, he like 3 different American icons in one, because, you know, he was a YouTube star. He also was like a Funk Master Flex DJ, and he also was like a Virgil. He was also like a fashion influencer, and he also worked with the Prince of Wales, if I'm not mistaken. So he basically was dealing with the royal families as well. But he was a big entrepreneur, and he was only 31 years old, and now he is resting in peace. But he's first classified as a YouTube star. So remember, we had a conversation a while ago, and I told you it's a lot of YouTubers that's resting in peace. Big YouTubers, YouTube celebrities, a lot of them are resting in peace, because a celebrity is a celebrity, and it is what it is. But see, I'm going to talk about that as well. Jamal Edwards, music entrepreneur, YouTube star. He is now resting in peace at the age of 31. I'm going to be talking about that. What up, Helping the Vision? I see you, my brother. I'm also going to be talking about the Young Dolph situation. I'm going to touch up on that, because there's been some shady things going on with that. You know, one of the people that was accused for Young Dolph alleged murder, he was released, and he's on a run again. They don't know where he at. I'm also going to be talking about how the Coast Guard have made one of their biggest seizures in a long time of $1 billion worth of snow and that greenery. You know what I'm talking about. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida. One of the biggest and significant seizures up to date. I'm going to be touching on that, while people are going to be starving this summer, if you think you're going to be getting a lot of street money. Because this has affected a lot of people. We're going to talk about that. And I got some other things I'm going to be talking about, like these home invasions, things like that. But hey, this is the crime wave, and this is the report, and this is what's going on in the world, and I'm going to tie it all together to show you something. And it's entertainment. So without further ado, I see y'all pulling up. So you already know it's time to get to cooking. Let's go. All right. Chris Brown. Man, Chris Brown. I told y'all the son about that Brown last name, Doodle Brown, Kwame Brown, all this Brown, James Brown, Bobby Brown, all this Brown stuff. It's like you just got bad luck when your last name Brown. I don't know if they just like going, I don't know if they just like targeting people with their last name Brown. I don't know. It's some with that last name Brown. Because Chris Brown is accused of a second sexual assault. This reported by MTO News. And they've been accurate with a lot of stuff, but these are all allegations. Let me clarify that right now. But we're going to get into what they're saying about Chris Brown. They're saying Chris Brown is accused of a second assault on a Latina woman. And they are calling this man a serial rapist. That's the label they starting to put on Chris Brown. They call him a serial rapist, man. So this whole thing with Chris Brown is getting very nasty. And it's not looking good, because I'm trying to tell you, I know when they coming for somebody. So anyway, they saying he is a sexual rapist. No, a serial rapist. And they also saying he may spend the rest of his life behind bars. And once again, this is coming from another IG model who claims after she woke up with Chris Brown, he told her to take a Plan B pill. This is the second woman alleging the same thing. Because y'all remember the woman a couple of weeks ago said that Chris Brown gave her 2 drinks. She passed out. The next day, Chris Brown told her to take a Plan B. Well, this woman is saying the same thing. She got with Chris Brown. They was chilling. You know, she passed out, and he told her to take a plan B. So I'm gonna clarify that because this is a different story. It sounds like the first, but it's a different story, and I'm going to get into the detail on how it's a different story. This second woman is alleging that Chris Brown told her to take a plan B. Now, the Miami Beach police are currently investigating allegations of battery by the two women against R&B singer. According to reports obtained by NBC Channel 6, the woman claimed Chris Brown approached her and shoved one of his fingers in her mouth. His finger had a powdery white substance on it, and she blacked out and woke up in a suite without her friends or her phone. She also claimed that she received a text from Mr. Brown apologizing and saying, take a plan B. The woman filed after the first woman filed. And this is the report, and this is all alleged information. Let me clarify that. But this woman said that Chris Brown stuck his finger in her mouth and has a white powdery substance on his finger, and that was supposed to be the chemical formula that made her pass out. We don't know if it was that snow. We don't know if it was that food. We don't know if it was that fatty. We don't know what it was. But this woman claims, and you got to listen to how it sounds. It sounds like they're making it sound like he is a foul dude. They're making it like he got with a woman and she ain't do no type of drugs, and he just put the drugs on his finger and stuck his finger in her mouth. And she says after that, she passed out. And when she woke up in the suite, you know, the lavish room they was up in allegedly, she claims her friend was gone, her phone was gone, and he told her to take a plan B. So they're making this man sound like a very, very foul individual, and they trying to call this man a serial rapist. And they saying he might spend the rest of his life in jail. They coming for Chris Brown now. It ain't all about the money. So like I said, this is all alleged. It's all alleged information. But one thing I will say in the game, I know they don't have to rape nobody. But sometimes they go too far, and sometimes the stuff usually they would get away with is people that'll hold that against them. And then when it's time to come at their head, they'll come for their neck. So that's how I go. That's a fact, Juice. That's why I say as the world turns, more and more drama, more and more things get crazier and weirder, and reality becomes a TV show. If you get what I just said. But this is his second allegation. So this is what I'm trying to tell people, right? We're not here to say if Chris Brown is innocent or guilty, but you got to understand one thing with these allegations. When you got all these allegations coming at you, it tarnishes your name. It makes people of business don't want to work with you. It makes you not be able to get endorsements. It makes you have to spend a lot of money fighting the case. And that's all if you're just innocent. You done blew a whole lot of opportunities are blown down the drain. Your money is drained fighting these cases. So even when you come out innocent, your name gets dragged, your finances get drained. You know, nobody want to do business with you, and you still lose on that end. Now, God forbid, if he did do this stuff, we already know he is finished. But I'm just showing you how once you got a name and you become under certain attacks of your name or slander, you start to lose. As soon as the slander comes, you start losing automatically. It don't matter about public opinion. And what I mean by that is, let's just say Chris Brown had a Pepsi deal he was about to do next week for $5 million for a commercial. Let's just say that. When this allegation comes out, the deal is off the table. Get it? let's say he had a whole bunch of shows lined up for next month. When these allegations come out, those deals are off the table. So this is what I'm trying to show people about business. Sometimes they know it don't matter if you're innocent or guilty, if you did it or not. They come with these campaigns because they know it's going to mess up your bag. Then also, you got to fight them in a court of law. Now, this is 2 cases. Now, that's like, let's look at when you got a whole bunch of people trying to sue you at one time. 5 to 10 people, they all want 20, 10 million apiece. Now you got to pay lawyers to fight all these cases. That alone drains your bag. So your money getting drained, and you can't do no shows and get no endorsements. You see how it works? So sometimes it don't even matter if you go to jail or not. They just ruin you. They ruin your image. And then meanwhile, while they ruining your image, another up-and-coming star is coming up, taking your spot. These are the games that's played, and then they let the fans decide whether he's guilty or not. But meanwhile, the so-called celebrity, they get ridiculed. The image gets destroyed because you have to remember, when you're in the entertainment game, your money is your name. You are a corporation. Your name is your corporation, the Chris Brown Corporation. So once Chris Brown takes a hit, his stock starts to lose value. His estate starts to lose value. So when you kicking money out and you can't make no more money in, it's like, look at it like a business. When you paying everybody, but you ain't making no money. And actually, you got people trying to take your business from you. So that's how it works when they in this game and they get slandered. In my opinion, I don't believe Chris Brown did this stuff. But like I keep telling people, man, if you don't keep putting yourself in these situations, you won't get caught up in that. So obviously he has a pattern of dealing with Instagram models, because remember, this is the second Instagram model. But a lot of people don't know those Instagram models with them Brazilian butt lifts and them perfect bodies, they put on there for a reason. And some of their job is to lure people like Chris Brown in. They'll put on Instagram to catch the eye of the luster, to catch the eye of the sex demon that'll fly them out and get them some money. That's a lot of their job. That's their career. Sometimes they sent at you. Sometimes it's a man behind a curtain sending that IG model in your DM. So you're going to see these same trends have been happening the past couple of years. That's why some people believe that, you know, social media is the devil himself. And we also was tricked to think that everything new is always popping. Everything new is what it is. Now, this is what I learned. It's nothing wrong with dealing with all new technology and all new things. You have to expand. But one thing people forget, you're not supposed to forget the foundation of everything. Meaning you could be online 7 days a week, but one day out the week, you still should be reading a book. You still should find a favorite book that you should read out of. Meaning you don't lose your reading capabilities or breaking open a book and exploring new things instead of chasing everything that's online trending, what somebody told you, all these personalities, all you know what I'm saying? You got to still take time out to do what's real for yourself. That's the problem. Meaning you was taught certain ways in life. You was taught certain things, but you forgot everything because you caught up in everything else. But no, you could be caught up in everything that's going on now. You could be with the times, but you can't forget the past. You can't forget the foundation. That's where you lose at. So that's why we see now, when I speak about the age game and the generational game people play, people get the generations mixed up. The old against the young against the old. When in actuality, you need everything. You need the young need the old need the new. And I'm talking about customs. I'm talking about information. I'm talking about expanding, mental capacities, teaching. Meaning, okay, you got younger people that could teach an older person how to work the internet, how to work social media, how to work a computer. But you got the older people can teach the younger people about certain techniques, certain paths they could take to better themselves. My point is this: you need everything, but people forget about the foundation. Like I said, a lot of people, let's be real, the past 10 to 15 years, most people, information and knowledge has came off of the internet. Where some people, most of their knowledge, people like myself, I learned from reading books on my own. So when I took that knowledge that I already read in books, once the internet became a certain level, I was able to enhance what I already knew. I was able to do more research on what I already knew. That's the beauty of the internet, to expand and increase your understanding and your knowledge. But I already had knowledge before from reading a book, and you know the saying, if you want to hide anything from a nigga, you put it in a book. But it's not just a nigga, it's a nigga, remember, is an ignorant person. So we ain't gonna talk about race. We're talking about a person that deal with ignorance, meaning they always in the darkness. They don't search the light within themselves, or they don't research the light on their own. They gotta let somebody tell it to them. So my point is this. It said you're supposed to seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. So my thing is, when you want to learn certain things in life, some things you have to research on your own and become intertwined with that information. And then you expound, you expand upon it. You get it? It's like you might know how to cook. Say in the past, you was taught how to cook the same old things your ancestors cooked. But now, due to you reading a cookbook, you can learn new recipes. Then you can go online and get even more recipes on how to cook different dishes. My point is, knowledge can always be expanded on every level. You might have learned, learn how to work on cars. But the knowledge you learn how to work on cars, it don't apply to how to work on a car that's all computerized and electric. So you still have to upgrade your knowledge on working on cars. But you still need that foundation of what a car is and how to break down all the parts, meaning you got to know some things on your own. My point is this. You got to have knowledge already within you. You got to seek knowledge, and you have to read books. Then you take that foundation, and then you apply it to the internet. Now your knowledge and information is expanded 1,000 times once you touch the internet. But see, some people take the shortcut. They go straight to the internet. They're taking a whole bunch of information, and they don't have no foundation. They don't even know what they don't even know what's what. They just know everything they heard or what they looked at. It's a difference. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we all have to go back into reading books, or you also got to train your kids to read books. Whatever their interest is, whatever the interest, you have to read the book. It's always something out there that you like, but you can't always wait to watch it on a movie. And y'all already know, for people that did read books, you have read many of books that was good books, and by the time they made the movie wasn't nothing like the book. The book is always better. The movie, they take parts out, they remix parts, but when you read that book, that was the real sauce. I'm pretty sure some of y'all from certain eras where y'all done read books that you might have got so much into it, you read it in a day, 2 days, 3 days, read that book in a week. A good book, because people know it's not like a good book, especially if it's a book of your interest. So that's something we got to get back into. You done seen a lot of stuff online, but you never got the feeling like when you read a book. And you also know a book builds up self-esteem, because when you read a book, you felt good. You say, man, I read that book. It had 300 pages. I read that book right there. I read that book. You feel good about yourself when you got a bookshelf and you don't read at least 10 of them books. It builds up your self-esteem. It builds up your intellect, your aura. You get it? That's why reading a book is important. That's why you was taught in school. But we was taught to reject everything that was actually good for us. We was taught to reject it and deny it. So you got a lot of people on the internet now. They don't even have no real education. They never even read a book. And when they get online, they could just talk, and it sound good, but they're regurgitating something else they heard or Googled real quick. They don't have no solid foundation of what they're talking about. I'm just breaking it down to different levels of how you have to have a foundation of information that works for you. It ain't about everything else. Sometimes you just got to know what's best for you. And if you want to hide something from people, you put it in a book. And that's been going on since back in the day. If y'all want to say the slave days, it was going on, but guess what is going on right now? And actually, back in the day, they got whipped for trying to learn books. They got beat for trying to know too much. Now people don't want to know, and it's free. People don't want to know nothing on their own. So that's why I be trying to tell people, right? It's about the past and the future, meaning some things in the past, they were smarter than us. Some things now, we smarter than them from the past. But a lot of things, like being independent, how to work the land, how to raise animals and clean them and feed your family, how to do birth from home, all type of stuff people in the past already knew how to do. Now you don't know nothing. You stupid when it comes to that, the basic necessities. That's like if somebody, if God forbid, a woman was pregnant and she about to have a baby, what she gonna do? Go online and say how to have a baby real quick in the house? No, you got to go to the hospital. It's gonna cost you a lot of money. Back in the day, they knew how to have that midwife. Boom, call the midwife up. About to have a baby right in the crib. See the difference? So my point is this: you got to know everything. And back to Chris Brown, I'm just making a point that when you don't have a certain amount of information in your head and you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's how you get caught up in these allegations. Good morning, Miss Jones, AP Wiz. So what I'm saying is, right, the more money you make, the more you're supposed to really chill out. That's why I told you people are backwards. The more money they get, they do the most. The more money you get, the more you're supposed to actually lay back. I tell you this, study all the billionaires, the trillionaires, and the real people that run this country, that run the world. You don't see them. They do a lot less. Or whenever you see them, they in a state of laid back, chilling. Because in their younger days, they did all that running around. But you see for a certain type of people, the more money they get, the younger they get and the stupider they get, and they start doing more and more stupidity. Therefore, they get caught up in dumb behavior. Always caught up in an allegation, always caught up at a fight at the bar, fight at the club. The more money you get, the more you're supposed to chill out. That's why you got the money in the first place. You get it? So my point is this: Chris Brown is caught up in his second allegation. And this woman is saying that Chris Brown had a powdery substance on his finger and he stuck it in her mouth. And she says after that happened, she passed out. And when she woke up, her friends was gone, her phone was gone, and Chris Brown allegedly told her to take a plan B. And I'm pretty sure all of y'all should know what a plan B is by now. But that's what this woman is alleging to Chris Brown. We don't have no name. We don't have none of that. But she is the second Latina woman, because you know a lot of these entertainers, they got into the foreign women and all of that. That's another thing. It's sad to say, but I'm going to speak on it because it's real. A lot of so-called black women have supported a lot of these entertainers for a long time. And when it's all said and done, they don't even want to be with no black woman, allegedly. They don't want no parts of no black woman. Like I heard a new French Montana song once again talking about he need a project chick and all that. No, he lying out his mouth. Still promoting a project chick. And there's nothing wrong with a project chick, but my point is these dudes are lying. They just know that, you know, the so-called project chicks are the one that's going to download the music. They're going to buy up, you know, they're going to go to the shows. But my point is this: it's the hood chicks that support all these celebrities. Then when they get a certain amount of money, these same celebrities, they so-called get a foreign chick. Pick one. Don't matter. They'll get everything opposite from themselves. Those are the same ones you always see getting in trouble. It's that simple. But my point is this: Chris Brown is being targeted, and whether he's guilty or not guilty, they're going to break his finances down. And people are going to be looking at him like he's some type of weirdo because they're trying to call Chris Brown a serial rapist. And they're also saying that he might spend the rest of his life in jail if he's convicted of these charges. And we also hear the same thing coming with Trey Songz. And like I said, it looks to me like it's an attack. R. Kelly gonna be in court soon, and it's looked like a certain generation is about to lose all of their celebrities. Or at least their names, all their names will be tarnished. Should I say that? But anyway, hopefully Chris Brown is not guilty of none of this, and hopefully it is all cap. Because this is not going to be a good look for him. The next story of JAMAL Edwards, a musical entrepreneur and a YouTube star, YouTube celebrity, a big YouTuber. He has been found dead at the age of 31, as you see in this picture right here. Now, us in America, we might ain't know about him, but in England and overseas, he's very, very big. He like a Funk Flex overseas, a DJ Clue overseas, a YouTube star, and he's like a fashion icon. He had his hands in a lot of things. And I'm gonna report the story by BBC. And they say that JAMAL Edwards was a music entrepreneur and a YouTube star. He died at 31. He was the founder of SBTV, an online urban music platform, which helped launch careers of various UK artists. Edwards is the son of a singer. So his mother is a singer that's famous overseas. And her name is Brenda Edwards, who says she was completely devastated when she found out about her son's death. They say he was a pioneering figure in British rap and grime music. He also became an ambassador for the Prince. And he was an ambassador for the Prince Trust Fund, a youth charity run by the Prince of Wales, which helped young people set up their own companies. He started his own YouTube channel. And they say he started his own YouTube channel with a $20 phone while he was still in school. They say he started by filming rappers and people in his area and uploaded it to YouTube. And in time, he became a multimillionaire, a filmmaker. He was also in the fashion world. And, you know, he also has walked the fashion catwalk for Hermes. For my people that know about designers such as Hermes. Y'all know that's up there with Gucci and all of that. So he had his hands in that. So that's why I say he was like a Virgil that was dealing with Louis Vuitton, you know, Kanye West, man, that passed out. This individual you see on the screen, he had his hands in the fashion world, working with Hermes. He was dealing with the Prince. He was dealing with music. He was dealing with video. He was a young entrepreneur, a multi-millionaire that passed at the age of 31. And they also say that he wrote a book. And he wrote a book called Self-Belief. And it's described as a memoir and a business manual. And it's called Self-Belief, the Vision, How to Be a Success on Your Own Terms. So that's why I'm tying all this together. That's why I was just talking about books. Because when I read this story, first thing I said, I got to read this book. Because books are for inspiration. So if I see a man that was an entrepreneur, multi-millionaire by the time he's 31, and he already wrote a book, I got to see what kind of jewels he put in that book. That's how I think. That's each one teach one. And he did this before 31. That's why I always told y'all, for those that listen to me, y'all know I already told you that it's way more bigger than being a YouTuber. That's a gutter mentality. You just want to be a YouTuber. But this individual was a big YouTuber star. And he helped a lot of talent. He made a lot of other people stars. He worked with the youth. He had his hands in nonprofit organizations. He also was into fashion. He did a lot at 31. That's why I'm trying to tell you, in America, we think we so smart. We think we got it all going on. And everybody overseas is stupid. But really, we the ones behind in town on a lot of things. And I also told you, when something happens overseas, just watch for it to happen over here. That's how it works. But he's an individual that they just told you grinded his way up from a $20 phone on YouTube while he was in school. Now, my point is, Some people are going to feel like some of that is cap or they lying. That ain't the point. The point is they showing you this man had to take steps. And as he took his steps, he kept going up a platform. That's my whole point. You have to learn how to expand. But like I said, it ain't my job to tell everybody the formula. But the point of the matter is he wrote a book to inspire others, because a book will always be here forever. And I'm going to make sure I read his book. Because remember, on the internet, you're going to get bits and pieces. You're not going to get the whole definition of how he really did his thing. And I'm pretty sure he was inspired by reading someone else's book. But my point is this: at 31 years old, he is resting in peace. And you're also going to see a trend. For those that don't know, I told you before, look it up, of how many dead YouTubers it is. Big YouTubers. Because people don't want to understand, when you become a big YouTuber, you still consider a celebrity on a certain level. And they're gonna deal with you accordingly. That's why once you become a so-called celebrity figure, you have to know how to use your outlets. You have to know how to network your brand. You have to know how to expand. You have to do certain things, because what? The people are watching you now. They're watching you. Some for good, some for bad. It's going to be a lot of people watching you for good reasons. And you're going to have a lot of people watching you for the wrong reasons. They're going to be watching, what do you actually do with your influence? And sometimes your influence can become a threat. Sometimes your influence could become a good money maker. But either way, when you become a celebrity, you have to make choices. And choices will get put upon you. That's how it works. But in America, individuals want a title. They want a title. They want a plaque on the wall. They want an accomplishment. They want a WWF wrestling belt. They want a trophy. And they think that's the end all and be all. Look what I did. But they don't understand, when you're dealing with impacting the world or impacting others, how you really supposed to use your so-called celebrity status or use your so-called big platform. And that's how it works. And this is also an example of, you never know how long you're going to be in position. But one thing we can say about this 31-year-old, he touched a lot of people's life. He inspired a lot of people, and he actually helped a whole lot of people. So through that alone, he's going to live on. But like I say, in this country, it's all about big bank, take little bank. I got, you ain't got. This is what I did, you ain't do that. Nanny boo boo. We know about all that. That's the American way. You hear me? And that's part of why I keep telling y'all, it's always going to be destruction. It's never going to be a high level of unity, because it's too many divided mentalities already here. We spend more time and energy into debating, fighting, arguing, everything that's unproductive. We put all our energy into that. All of it. Meanwhile, time passes us by and other people are becoming successful while you being distracted. That's why you ain't know about this man till he passed away. His name is Jamal Edwards. I'm talking about in America. Overseas and worldwide, he known. He was working with people from all over the world, from the islands, the Virgin Islands, the Europe, a lot of Africa, all of that. He was dealing with a lot of underground, a lot of talent out there. Not just American talent. He also was dealing with American talent, people like Black Eyed Peas, and he was in a different lane, but he had a lot of things going on. But the point of the matter is, he is now resting in peace. And it's also not said on what he actually passed away from. That is not known right now. It's not known if it was a sacrifice. It's not known if he just didn't wake up. It's not known right now. It's not being reported. But He was a big YouTube star, and he was an entrepreneur, a multimillionaire. His SBTV, an urban music platform, helped launch a lot of careers of various artists around the UK. He was the son of a singer. He worked with the Prince of Wales, running youth charity. He worked with Hermes Fashion. And they say he started all from a $20 phone, uploading videos of people in his neighborhood that could rap, that had talent, and all types of talent in his neighborhood, in his area. He would film them and upload it to YouTube, and that's how he started out. So he's an individual that grind. Like I told you, you got to have some type of talent. You got to bring something to the table. You're not just going to make it because people want to just look at you. That's what people don't understand. You're not just going to make it because you're telling people what they already know, what they're going to find on their own. You have to literally be a creator, innovator, and you have to bring a different insight to what you do. That's how you become great. And then sometimes you just got to have a glow on you. When you got the glow, it's people that see that glow on you, and they will help put you in position. That's why I said eventually you always have to make a choice. Because when you got a certain glow, a lot of people going to want to deal with you. Some for right, some for wrong reasons. But when you got the glow, you got the glow. There's nothing you can do about that. You have to know how to make the decision on which way you want to go. That's why you'll see some people that don't know their own power. They go here, they go there, then eventually they phase out. They fade out. You heard of it. You heard of rising stars. You heard of falling stars, shooting stars, whatever. No star stays on one level. Nothing stays on one level. That's why life is about making decisions and the right choices, aka business moves. And a lot of times it deals with common sense. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. Everything ain't as hard and complex as you think it is. Sometimes it just start with discipline, hard work ethic, grinding, knowing how to treat people, knowing how to communicate, and just keeping a good aura around you. Like when people always negative, they don't have a glow around them. It's just simple and plain. When you a hater, you don't have a certain shine around you. You dull, you're dark. Nobody's gonna want to deal with you, be around you, listen to you, none of that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I always tell y'all, some people always going to be on their way up and some people always going to be on their way down. That's why I said you might have started as a rising star shooting to the top, but now you're just a falling star. You can't even go up no more. You're coming down. Just a matter of time. Then you see stars in the sky that's sustain themselves every day. They ain't going nowhere. North Star. Y'all know about the Eastern Star. Certain stars always going to be in position. See, there's a lot of jewels out here. But like I said, this individual, he was a star and an entrepreneur. He was a YouTube star, which started his career. And he was an entrepreneur, multimillionaire, and he is now resting in peace at the age of 31. His name was Jamal Edwards. So if you want to look him up, and his book is called Self-Belief, The Vision of How to Be a Success on Your Own Terms. That's the name of his book that he released. So he did a lot of things, man. So like I said, I'm reporting that for Black History Month. It is what it is. But you got to understand, he dealt with all people. He dealt with people from all countries and helped them in their career. He was like a Funk Master Flex mixed with a Kanye West, mixed with, you know what I'm saying? He was like 3-4 different individuals mixed in one. He wore many hats as a young man. And he gave back to the people. So that's what it is for Jamal Edwards. May he rest in peace. And that's just a portion of his story. And we're going to leave that on a positive note. Even though it's not really positive. I mean, it's positive, but it's just sad. Like I said, he had to pass away for a lot of people to really, really start learning about him now in America. But he did a lot of positive things. So let's check it out. What up to the chat? Salute. I see y'all. Freeman's channel. Love Miss 45. I see y'all. I'm going to get to y'all later. We're going to talk about some more things. I started out late, but I ain't going to hold y'all too long. Now, we're going to talk about something else that has been going on, and it's mighty funny. Somebody in the chat said something about this. All right. These are all allegations. Let me clarify that right now. But on Twitter has been trending of more paperwork on Fat Joe circulating. And it's starting to pick up traction again. Now, for those that don't know, they put out paperwork on Fat Joe about a year ago. And it's been reported that the paperwork was fake and there was allegations. But now they're saying it's paperwork circulating again on Twitter, allegedly saying Fat Joe told on 2 local drug dealers, alleged killers from the Bronx. The men were charged with racketeering and received a life sentence in prison. And like I say, I don't know if it's the same exact paperwork. I don't know if it's the same story. These are all allegations. But according to this report, it's starting to pick up traction again on Twitter. And it's sounding to me like they coming for Fat Joe neck again. And this is the situation. And it's mighty funny. These paperwork conversations keep coming out. But like I told you about Chris Brown, when they throw allegations on a celebrity, it becomes a distraction for them. Now the celebrity has to stop what they're doing and worry about fighting allegations. And these are just allegations. They are not facts. But the truth of the matter is this topic is picking up traction on Twitter. And I don't know if this paperwork is the new paperwork, the real paperwork. I don't know. And it's not none of my business. But what they are saying is this whole story is picking up traction. And basically it's saying they coming for Fat Joe neck. And they are allegedly saying Fat Joe told on 2 local drug dealers. And they were AKA killers from the Bronx. And they were also charged with racketeering. So there wasn't no small fries. But this is what's being alleged against Fat Joe. And I'm pretty sure Fat Joe is going to speak out again. And I'm pretty sure if the paperwork is real, it will be discovered as real. And if it is fake, it will be exposed as fake. So these are all allegations, but it is trending on Twitter. It's picking up. People are starting to, they're going into the detail. I saw the paperwork. I can't say if it's real or fake. I don't know. But this one thing I want to clarify about what I'm saying right now. And for people that really been in these streets, for people that's been falsely accused, you got to understand something, man. This is my opinion on certain things. Everything ain't about no paperwork. Right or wrong, it's not. Now, I'm going to give you this one example. I'm pretty sure it's people that been in the precinct before. I'm going to break it down to the precinct in the smallest form. You have been to the precinct. And when you go to that precinct, you might have had police officers questioning you with information that was false, true, whatever the point is. The police officers will present a whole lot of information to you, and you already know in the back of your mind somebody is feeding this to them. Because a lot of time it be truth mixed with lies. It be lies mixed with a little bit of truth. But my point is, you already know somebody is putting this in the, because they might say one thing when you say, well, how they know that? They might say, well, you was at so-and-so house last night. And guess what? You might have really was at so-and-so house last night, but you like, how the hell they know that? Because somebody told them. And even though you ain't got to be guilty of nothing about the crime, my point is, y'all know it's people that tell on you or tell on people. They don't leave it on record. It's called putting a bug in the police ear. It's many ways people tell. You got to remember that. So everything ain't always on paperwork. But when you accuse somebody and you campaigning against somebody, that's when you got to have paperwork. You get it? But remember, it's a such thing called snitching on the record, and it's a thing called snitching off the record. You act like y'all don't know that. My point is this. When I was in the street, I'm never gonna wait for somebody to have some damn paperwork in the street. If you had snitching allegations on your neck, I'm getting out the way. I'm getting low. I'm getting away from you. I don't care about none of that. But now that's the new remix story. Somebody get an allegation on them in the street, and people are standing around and try to figure out if it's true or not. In the street, you get away from them. I don't care. As soon as you get any alleged he telling, you get away from them, dude. That was street code, period. Ain't no he told on him, he ain't tell on me, he cool. It wasn't none of that. If you was really in the street like that, any allegation of a person that was snitching, you got away from them. Or on the other hand, anybody with any accusation of being a snitch, they would get pressed. They would get pulled up on. And you would have to, you know what I'm saying? It would get handled. Now, you got to remember this, a lot of that paperwork stuff started in the prison, penitentiary, paperwork parties. You know, that's when a lot of fake paperwork started coming out. Real paperwork. It started being about paperwork, but you got to remember the street code and the jail code is two different things, and now they have mixed together with all this paperwork talk. But in the street, you might have just needed one person to say, yo, because he know for a fact y'all did some dirt together, and he know for a fact that when the police brought up certain questions to him, he know for a fact you told on him. He ain't need no statement. He already know, yo, so-and-so running their mouth. People knew these things at once upon a time. They knew when somebody was telling on them. They didn't need no paperwork. But in the new world of show and prove and everything is for clout or it's about slander, now you got to have paperwork. Or my point is now paperwork can be used against you in a court of public opinion. And I'm talking about whether right or wrong. I'm just saying, I know for a fact everybody don't need paperwork to tell on somebody. But when you campaigning that somebody is a snitch, you gotta have paperwork. But in the streets, you don't need no paperwork, because if somebody feel like you a snitch, they're gonna handle you how they want to handle you. They don't care about no paperwork. If they go to that precinct and you and this individual did that crime or was involved in this activity, and they got an idea that you might be the one that told because you was there that night, they don't need no paperwork. So that's what I'm trying to show you, how everything gets mixed up together. You dig? Y'all know people that have been on the street, y'all know this. You got individuals that was accused of telling and they left town. Then their family had to get dealt with that person because they done did some pettiness and told on somebody. Even though that person didn't get convicted, but they know that person told and made them hot. Remember, telling was also when you made somebody hot. Or when you told where somebody stayed at. That was telling. Remember? Y'all forgot? If somebody did a crime in the hood and somebody told you, he stayed right there. That was called snitching. You got dealt with for that. You need no paperwork. You didn't even have to be in a crime. If you just ran your mouth, that was considered snitching. And you got dealt with. Y'all know that from school. Anything. Telling was telling. But now in the world of clout and campaigning, and look at me, I got the evidence and the proof he a snitch. Or when somebody don't like you, they can go make up some fake paperwork. That's a fact. And people have been hurt because of that too. But my point is, I know what a snitch is, and you don't got to tell me. I don't need no damn paperwork. I know what a snitch is. But guess what? When I know somebody is snitch, I'm just going to get away from them and leave them alone. I don't got to keep campaigning against no snitch. That's my point. Get it? Or I'm not going to do no crime around them. I'm not even going to put myself in that type of environment once you got them type of allegations on you. That's how I always live my life. That's why I've never been snitched on outright. But I have been snitched on behind the scenes. And I have had fake stories put on me that I had to prove later was false. You get it? Anybody can lie on anybody. Like with this Chris Brown situation. I told you, people can lie on you just to make your life complicated and hard and make you wear that slander for a little while. Then when you prove innocent, the people that will slander you, they know way around. They still don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like they don't even acknowledge that you're innocent now. They was feeding off when you was negative, when you was wrong, alleged, accused. That's the game that's been played a long time. These are games, man. But you have to know Okay, common sense. If I'm in the game, you shouldn't be around nobody anyway that's not in the game or in a particular field you in, for one. For two, you shouldn't be around no snitches, no shape, form, or fashion. And for three, you shouldn't be putting your business out there for anybody to see what you're doing or know what you're doing. So that's why now we live in a time of what? Self-snitching, telling on yourself, letting anybody in your circle that can later on tell on you. So all this has been created a lifestyle, aka through bragging, flossing. But it was a time where everything was done behind the scenes, and everything was not for show. And it's still going to be like that to this day. But that's why I keep telling y'all the game is already over. Not to sound like no lame. I'm telling you what I know. Because there's too many things that have been put in place like the past 10 to 15 years. This ain't nothing overnight. What you see now, they've been putting this together probably since like 2006, 7. It's just now getting where they wanted at. They've been putting this stuff together for a long time. See, some people think this all overnight stuff. No, it's not overnight. They've been putting this together when they started showing you about Frank Lucas, when they started putting in your mind that you could sell all the drugs you want and tell in the end. They was doing stuff a long time ago. When they were showing you these movies about all these cameras and GPS tracking, they was campaigning the whole time. Now you see it at an end. That's why I say now it's finally over, because they got everything where they wanted at. Now you might have actually more informants in your hood than actual drug dealers. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You get it? Now you got more people that will tell on you, when back in the day it was a time when nobody would tell on you. Get it? Before it was the time when the whole hood would not say one thing. Now we live in a time where half the hood might tell on you. It's simple, because it has been breeded and groomed, because people can now say, this is telling, that's not telling. Oh, it's okay because they didn't tell. All this different scenario of telling that created confusion, and it don't mix with the game. It don't mix with the street. That's why the streets are off balance. That's why the streets are over. And law enforcement got the upper hand now, because they got so many people working for them. They already know so much, documented, recorded. They got brochures. They know everything you like to do. They know how you like to do everything, how you think, how you dress, how you move, your appetite. And they got you on lockdown now. That's my point. But I'm not going to keep going into that. My whole thing is, my point is, according to me and my livelihood, I don't do crime no more. And when I was in the street or living by that code, I never did nothing around nobody that was going to later hurt me in the end, for one. For two, if anybody brought to my attention that an individual was a snitch, I got far away from them. I actually would go the other way when I see them coming. Or if they pulled up on me, I would constantly slide off. Any allegation, I was out of, and all it would do is ring in the back of my head. Yo, they said so-and-so telling. Yo, they say he telling. It'll ring in the back of my head. And I just see you, okay, keep it moving. That's it. The least you might get from me is, what up? All right, I'm out. I ain't talking to you about nothing. I ain't doing nothing in front of you, none of that. So I ain't never been in no situation like that. Because I'm not going to sit there and try to debate whether this person is legit or not. And even to this day, I don't do no dirt. If they tell me somebody's a snitch, I'm still not going to hang with them, because they might got something coming at them. They did a long time ago that's going to pay them back. And I don't want to be around them when the payback comes. You get it? So with certain things, you just got to leave alone. Don't entertain it. But it's starting to trend again about Fat Joe and his paperwork circulating on Twitter. And it's all alleged information, but they're trying to say he told on 2 drug dealers / killers, you know, that's charged with racketeering, and his paperwork is starting to pick up traction. Last year, Fat Joe disputed it. It was proved that the paperwork that alleged Cuban links and others had put out was bogus, but this is supposed to be a whole nother set of paperwork out on Fat Joe. I don't know if it's real or fake. Like I said, I don't care. And I'm not promoting this. This all alleged information. I'm just letting you know what's going on. So pretty sure Fat Joe is going to come out and speak against this. And what's crazy, the other day they just said in Cleveland at the All-Star game, they just said that Fat Joe and DJ Khaled was going to the schools out there doing some work. And now this has come out. So I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what to tell y'all about this, but that's why I don't like dealing with that paperwork game. This person to snitch. Person to snitch. If I feel like I'm gonna leave them alone, I'm gonna get low. I ain't gonna keep messing with them neither. Because it is some snitches, you keep provoking them, you might end up messed up too. That might make them tell on you faster, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. When a person's a snitch, you just leave them alone. That's how that works. When a person get accused of being a snitch, that's like when somebody accused a person of having HIV and stuff like that. You just leave them alone. You don't sit there and entertain that. Get it? All right. Now, also, we gotta touch on this Young Dolph situation, and this is another shady situation. We already know this is Blue's Clues. We already know this is Law and Order, a Law and Order story. It's all over the place. People have been pacified. Nobody has gotten no time yet. And the whole thing, in my opinion, was sloppy and messy, meaning how it happened, what's still going on, is still being dragged out. But the point is, Young Dolph had owned over 100 properties in Memphis. He also was a rapper, but he was another rapper switching to be legit and an entrepreneur. But my point is this. The Memphis police added 2 more people of interest to the case. A man by the name of Devin Burns and Joshua Taylor. But what some people don't know is that one of the Young Dolph suspects was already released. Remember the first 2 that was arrested? Shondell Burnett and that dude named Straight Drop. I think his name is Justin Johnson. Well, Justin Johnson is still locked up. Justin Johnson also is an alleged sex offender. He was the first one grabbed for the Young Dolph situation. He's still in jail. He's the one that also been telling on everybody. But the second guy that was picked up was named Shondell Burnett. What people don't know is Shondell Burnett, he was released a little while ago. He was released. And now he is wanted, and they don't know where he's at. He was being held in Indiana, and Tennessee was supposed to go pick him up for the Young Dolph situation, but they never came to get him. Tennessee, Memphis never came to get him. The authorities never came to get him from Indiana, and they say on January 21st, he was released. And they said that at that time, he was no longer, a person of interest in that case, but he was released, and they don't know where he at right now. And they saying that, being that he was in Indiana, the case happened in Memphis, we supposed to get, they're supposed to come and get you, come pick you up from another state. They say Memphis never came and got him. And Indiana had to let him go, and they said that he can no longer be found now. That was the second alleged killer in a Young Dolph situation. The first one, he's still locked up. The one that straight dropped, the one that tried to drop the track right after it happened, he got caught. He was already on the run for not complying with his federal probation. He's the one that's the sex offender. In my opinion, he was the one already telling on a lot of people. I also told y'all about how 371 people got indicted in Memphis. That's how they was able to get a lot of people locked up over this Young Dolph case. Remember, Young Dolph got killed, but almost 400 people got indicted over that heat. And over that heat, a lot of people got arrested. Straight Drop got caught. And the whole point after that is one of the first killers, the second accused killer that was arrested, he got released and he is now somewhere chilling. So this whole case is shady. It is funny. That's why I don't pay too much attention to it, because it's all over the place now. And it don't make no sense. But it's just showing you that they lock up who they want to lock up. They catch who they want to catch when they want to catch them. That's how I look at it. Remember, you got people getting accused for stuff they didn't do, and then you got people that actually did stuff that get away. That's how the world is. And some of us been through that type of stuff. See, when you've been accused for stuff you didn't do, or you have people lie on you, you know not to play them type of games. But that's the world we living in. It's called slander. It's called false allegations. And sometimes it takes more energy and effort to fight false allegations than actually, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the truth. But that's the young dog situation. And moving on from that, for those that don't know, the NBA player Draymond Green, his crib, his house was burglarized for goods, and they stole $1 million worth of product from his house while he was at the Super Bowl. And we had the conversations about how home invasions are trending in America right now as we speak. So lock your doors for real. And why are people so stupid? Why are people still opening their door? Why are you not talking through the peephole? Why are you not making people call before they come? And why are you still letting people you just met come to your crib? Why some people just don't want to get certain things through their head? Why do some people think the pandemic is over for some magical reason? Just because you straight, you got little things going on, you want to keep thinking it's over. And I say, what I call it is people not respecting the pandemic. And we got some proof because Draymond Green, the NBA player, while he was at a Super Bowl game, some people broke in his crib through the window and they stole $1 million worth of his merchandise, jewelry, and other things. But some people looking at it like, okay, that's Draymond Green. Hey, man, he's a celebrity. It is what it is, man. And, you know, Robin Hood, take from the rich, give to the poor. But I'm going to get into another story that happened. And this happened in New York City over the weekend. Now, a man was shot and robbed in his Brooklyn home in a home invasion, trending. And in this situation, it was 2 men and a woman. The woman knocked on the door. And when he answered the door for the woman, the dudes kicked in the door, waving the 4-4. And out of this particular home invasion, all they got was an iPhone 12, some credit cards worth $1,600 in credit cards, and they got him for a Rolex. And they zip tied him, which is trending. They come up in your crib, lay you down, put the zip ties on you, and then they get up out of there. So let's break down this home invasion. An iPhone 12. How much are they going to get for that? Splitting up between 3 people. Credit cards worth $1,600. How much they going to get between breaking that up with 3 people? A Rolex watch. Depending on the year, the model, the make, the diamonds, whatever, we don't know how much they're going to get for that. My point is, it still had to all get split up 3 ways, and they were willing to do a home invasion, kick in that door, do what they had to do just to get that little bit of merchandise they got. So I'm trying to show you a pattern of the thirst. And some people don't respect the pandemic, and they think they can't be got. And they let their guards down for a female. That's why I keep telling you, some of these females in your DMs are lining you up. There's something behind that. But some of y'all still want to think with your little head instead of your big head, and you're getting caught out there. Some of y'all pillow talk too much. You tell all your business. You wonder why you get caught slipping. Some of y'all are trusting in your so-called friends too much. And your friends know everything about you. No Punk, what up, bro? What up, Chi? Some of y'all also, you're flashing too much online. You're letting people actually know when you're in the spot eating that food. You letting them know you about to go out of town because you're posting your pictures out of town. So let me drop a jewel on you for those that don't know what you should know. You don't post your pictures out of town until you're already back home. You don't go live when you're somewhere and you're not home. Some people do this. And that's why they come in your crib when you ain't there. Then sometimes when you online and you showing your merch, you online in your crib, but you don't understand you showing off your whole background and your footage. So you become a target. So a lot of this stuff is called security. When you heard about securing a bag, you also got to secure your life. You got to secure your surroundings. You got to know how to move a certain way because somebody's always watching. I told y'all it's called paranoid on point. You always got to be paranoid on point when you're moving. I don't be doing nothing negative, but I still move like I'm out here doing dirt because I feel like somebody always watching me. And I don't like being watched. I don't like being studied. Like I said, when you go out, when you come home, those are the main times you got to be on point. When you leave your crib, when you coming back to your crib, when you getting out your car, you going back to your car. You always got to be on point. Yet alone, the way I live my life, if somebody knock on my door, I automatically know they wasn't invited because I don't invite nobody to my crib. Get it? That's how I live my life. My life is very structured. Well, ain't nobody pulling up, knocking on my door. Ain't nobody say, yo, where you at? None of that. I've been disassociated myself with that type of life. Meaning I make myself not reachable. I'm not accessible like that. I still got them bad habits. That's why some of y'all know I respond to texts late because I don't just jump from my phone. I leave my phone laying around and sometimes you care about my phone. But I always randomly check my phone throughout the day. That's why y'all always notice those that hit me up. I hit you up late sometime because I don't live by my phone no more. Now, when I was getting that money and it was about that phone ringing, I ain't miss a call. Kept that phone, bloop, 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 bloop. I'm on everything. But see, now I don't live like that. I just keep my phone laying down. I get to it when I get to it. Get what I'm saying? Because I'm not bag chasing right now. And I don't have nobody I'm obligated to right now. I'm not obligated to nobody. I don't got to answer my phone. I don't got to worry about this, that, and the third. See, that's a lifestyle that you know what I'm saying? We know about that lifestyle. But even sometimes you don't got to be doing nothing negative, but you make yourself too accessible to everybody. People call you up. What you doing? Just to see what you're doing. You like, man, they ain't talk about nothing. But matter of fact, I talk to you every day. Meaning, sometimes those are the people studying your movements. Sometimes those are the people just want to know. They want to know how your life tick. They want to know every little thing you do all of the time. You ever notice that? Sometimes you got people, they just all in your sauce. And I'm talking about these are sometimes the people that don't mean you no good. That's what I mean. You got some people that don't mean you know, like I learned this a while ago. You got some people, they just want a lot of friends that could do something for them. So I could sit back and call 5 different friends and ask them, let me hold something. If I ask 5 friends, let me hold a dub, I got $100. I ain't got to go to work. You got people live by that code. Been going on a long time. That's why you wonder why this particular friend always calling you want to hold something. Or this particular friend always got a story. They need a MoneyGram or Western Union. They always need something. You ain't notice you got friends like that? Always need something. Always in something. Always got a story. Y'all know about them kind of friends. Well, those are some of the friends you got to disassociate yourself with in these last days, in these times of thirst and hunger. It might sound bad, but it's the truth. Make people earn your friendship. Make people, make sure you know if that person that's your friend, they really your friend because they're your friend, not because of what you got to bring to the table or what you got to offer. That's the time we live in now. So I'm saying that because some of y'all need to get that through your head. Some of y'all think that it's a time to be cool with everybody. It's always time to go party, hang out. But this ain't really the time for that. It's not. But this is just my opinion. This is how I live my life. The people I'm friends with is because we friends and that was by choice, design. It's a friendship in progress. It's something good in that person that I see. And that's something we building on. Period. That's with anything. Because don't forget, we also know it's been a slogan called no new friends. But that's also another trick because life is about meeting new people and communicating and expanding. Sometimes that no new friend campaign is like saying the people that you know, even though they're your friends, even though some of them got foul ways, you're supposed to still be their friend. Some of the friends you grew up with, even though you know they ain't about shit, no new friends mean you're supposed to still be their friend. So I don't deal with that no new friend slogan either. But I do believe in a thing called once your friends get to a certain level, your real friends, that's when they family. I believe in that. You know what I'm saying? And it's always going to be a small selected few. But my point is you can't make yourself accessible to everybody. That's just what it is. And people have to earn your friendship. Because back to this situation where the 3 individuals kicked in his crib, I'm pretty sure he thought one of them was his friend or one of them was somebody he probably just met. But the point of the matter is, when it was all said and done, he answered the door. And he answered it for the woman. The 2 dudes kicked in, laid him down, tied him up, and took his little possessions. And I want y'all to analyze how it was just over 1 iPhone, credit cards, total worth $1,600, and a Rolex watch. Which also, on the other side of that token, it shows you the thirst and hunger that's going on in the streets. It's called predators. And now I'm going to prove to you why this predatory behavior is happening by those who live the street life. Because the streets are not only becoming hot, they also drying up. That's why you've seen the past crimes for the past 5 years, which a lot of y'all already know. The past 5 years, I would say since like it go back further now. I say since like 2015, 14. My point is, you see the most people that was being successful in the street was scamming. Most of the money you've been seeing on the streets has not really been becoming, it wasn't really coming from drug money. It's from scamming, sneak thieving, finessing, stealing. Because the streets been dried up on a hustling tip. And a lot of people, they never could hustle anyway. So scamming put money in the pockets of a lot of people that never really knew how to get money. A quick come up is what it's called. But I'm gonna show you something how the streets are drying up, and they've been dried up. But now we got more proof when they actually are about to really, really, really dry up. Now, mind you, keep in mind, on top of the law enforcement pressure that's taking place. We already know about what's going on with the law enforcement, how they watching everything, we know that part. But this is the proof. I'm gonna show you why it's about to get real ugly this summer. Now, the Coast Guard in Florida offloaded over $1 billion worth of drugs in Fort Lauderdale. And this has been one of the biggest and significant seizures up to date. Now check this out right here. They found, or they caught 54,500 pounds of snow, aka that white girl, aka that blow. 54, not 54 kilos, 54 pounds. 54,500 pounds of snow. They also seized 15,800 pounds of the grass, the greenery, the bud. 15,000 pounds of bud has been captured, all on the East Coast, totaling the street value of $1 billion. So for those that know mathematics and that know the streets, if they just told you they seized $1 billion worth of work, that means a lot of people are not going to be eating. That means a lot of that work, everything you just heard of, is not going to its destination. And if you know, like I know, that means it's going to be a trickling effect, which means that the streets are going to be starving. So pay attention to that. $1 billion has been seized in Florida. Now, for those that listen to me, I told you it's no more plugs. It's no more Poppy, none of that. No more Pablo Escobars. No more El Chapos. Those that listen to me, y'all know I've been talking about this for a minute. I told y'all about why the border's been shut off. A lot of the borders was not shut. The wall was not built just to keep innocent people from getting in the country. The good people, no. It was to cut off the drug supply, which they knew eventually was dry up the streets. I'm going to give you some common sense jewel for those that smoke the bud. Why you think majority of your bud comes in a pretty packaging now with a label on it, colors, stickers? It don't come in Ziplocs no more. It comes packaged already. Just to give you a hint. So I'm showing you how 54,000 pounds of snow has been seized. 15,800 pounds of the granary has been seized, which means the local dude in your hood, they get his little hustle on, that means he's going to be starving this summer. Even the dudes that's in a six-figure bracket, the dudes that sit on 100,000, a little better, they're going to be starving. The thousandaires, they're going to be starving. I told you it's no more El Chapos, so it ain't no real plugs running around. You know, I'm not trying to talk this type of talk, but some of y'all know it was the time you might buy something, they'll front you what you bought. You might buy something, they might front you 3 times what you bought, meaning there was so much work, they had to just get it, you know what I'm saying? They had to give it away. Now you're going to see the opposite where it ain't nothing to give away, it ain't even nothing to sell, which is causing the trickling effect of these home invasions and kicking in the door. Because there's certain people that's been living off the books for years, like I told you. But now this big bust has happened. And we also got to remember it's indictment season. So you're watching the streets dry up. Which also shows you why you got people getting hit upside their head for a pocketbook. Why you see Cadillac converters being stolen. Now you see why you're seeing crackhead crimes and junkie crimes. Because the money is not circulating no more. Get it? So this is why I show you how all this stuff ties in together. Which also shows you why I always tell you the streets is over. I'm not just campaigning just to be saying it because I changed my life. No, I'm trying to tell you what I know. So you ain't got to be a fool or a victim. You see, you might be a fool getting caught up, or you might be a victim because you don't understand the politics of what's going on. They slowing down all forms of fast money. That's why I'm telling you, you got to be legit. You can apply those same hustle tactics to something that's legit. That's all I'm going to say on that. But $1 billion worth of work has been seized by the Coast Guard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, fresh off the boat, fresh off the water, which means that a lot of people are going to be starving. They're going to be hurting. Because this $1 billion worth was going to feed America. It was going to feed the East Coast. It's going to feed the West Coast. It's going to feed some people. These are a lot of homes they're going to be missing this money. And that's just street politics. But that's what happened. That's what it is. And you're going to really see this crime turn up now. And you're going to see the arrests turn up even more. And going on to the next topic, Rudy Giuliani, for those that know, he was the mayor of New York City. He was also running with the boy Trump. For those that don't know, Rudy Giuliani was Attorney General. He was the one responsible for locking up Nicky Barnes back in the day. So Rudy Giuliani has been around a long time. But recently, you know, Rudy Giuliani was talking greasy a little bit. And he called out Eminem. You know, he was critiquing the Super Bowl events that happened. And he called out Eminem and Snoop Dogg. And a lot of people know that Eminem took a knee at the Super Bowl event, for those that know. He took a knee, you know, trying to pay homage to Colin Kaepernick. And for those that don't know, I'm pretty sure you should know by now, Kaepernick was allegedly taking a knee because he was protesting against the flag, which was against the government, for equal rights, and trying to say that people in America of a certain breed and background are treated wrong. The point of the matter is Giuliani spoke out against Eminem, and he said that Eminem should go to another country. Basically saying if he's not happy here, he should leave the country. And he also said he don't understand how Snoop Dogg always uses the N-word and encourages, or, you know, he always want to encourage killing the police. Because you got to remember that Snoop Dogg first song came out, was from Deep Cover 187 on Undercover Cop. So Giuliani is still holding that against Snoop Dogg. And he promoting that Snoop Dogg promotes the execution or taking out police officers. And he says he doesn't understand why Snoop Dogg is always using the N-word. And in Rudy Giuliani's opinion, he felt like Eminem and Snoop Dogg had no business performing at the Super Bowl. And there's a lot of other people that feel the same way about the N-word, and if you don't want to be in this country, you should leave. But Giuliani, he spoke this out in public. And he said that the fact that Snoop Dogg promotes, taking out law enforcement, he had no business performing at the Super Bowl. Which is another example. I want to show people that these so-called figures are always watching. They always listening. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything is under a big microscope. What's up, Danielle Walker? What's up? I was late today. My bad. It was a long weekend. And today is a holiday, so which means the banks are closed, the courts are closed, certain things are closed. Today it's a holiday, and some people do use the holiday as an excuse to be lazy and not come on. And I took my time coming on because I got it together kind of late. I was putting things together. I wanted to give a good show, but some information did break. But Rudy Giuliani, what I get out of this whole situation is he's showing you that he's still watching people, and it's showing you that hip hop is under attack right now. Hip hop is being watched to the smallest detail, and he feels like Eminem and Snoop Dogg should not have performed at the Super Bowl, because I told y'all, now when you go against the flag or when you campaign real hard against certain laws and certain things in this country, you could be labeled as a terrorist now. If you illustrate anti-government behavior, they can put you in a category of a terrorist now. That's what I be trying to tell people when you campaign too hard. This is another thing I'm going to tell people. This is my opinion. You can feel however you want to feel. You can know what's going on. My point is, everything that's in your head does not have to always be broadcasted. That's my point. Everything does not have to be broadcasted. Sometimes it's just about knowing what you know and then knowing how to move. You get it? That's all I'm going to say. Because now when you campaign too hard, you will put yourself in a category or a box, and they will say you represent this right here and use that against you. And people got to stop believing in that thing called freedom of speech. You have the freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say, but you have to understand when you say certain things, you got to take what come with it. That's the part people don't understand. You can say anything you want, but you have to understand when you say anything, sometimes you will face repercussions. You will be held accountable for what you say. That's the difference people don't understand. That's why I say everything ain't always to be campaigned upon. Sometimes you got to just say what you got to say and keep it moving. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes you have to say things to yourself and just leave it at that. Because sometimes no matter how much you say something, people still not going to get your point. Sometimes the more you say stuff, people still going to go against what you say. And what you're going to do is create an environment for yourself of hostility, anger, and you could be labeled as anti. So that's what I'm trying to tell people. When you got people like Rudy Giuliani watching you, and he saw Eminem take a knee, he could say that's anti-government. You're going against the government. And now he can critique Eminem, scrutinize him. Now the authorities could watch him on a whole nother level to see what else he got going on, to see what other anti-government behavior he got or anti-American. But my point, I'm just showing you how it worked. Snoop Dogg recently was caught up on allegations of sexual assault to somebody. And I'm showing you these are some of the tactics that can be used against you. But Rudy Giuliani says basically he don't understand how this man whole career he been saying the N-word, cripping, talking about, 187 on the Undercover Cop, and he's still being promoted on national TV. And he's basically trying to say his people still embraces this ignorant behavior. That's what Giuliani is trying to say. But this Giuliani opinion, and we don't really care about his opinion, but you got to understand the analytics of what's going on. I told you it's certain things being held accountable now. And for those that don't know about law and don't know about certain things, gang activity, certain anti-behavior is now considered terrorism. That's why they can come in your hood right now and round up the gang and say, look, this particular gang, this particular set was terrorists. Look at what they did. They did this, that, the third, boom, boom, boom. They did boom, boom, boom. They terrorists. Lock them up on that alone. But anyway, that's what Giuliani said. So we got a pattern of we see how America is taking big shifts. We see it's about money right now. It's been about money, but now you see the real big picture of what's going on. People that got money are becoming targets on both ends of the stick. People that got money are being targeted by the powers that be. People that got money are being targeted by the have-nots. People that got money are being targeted by law enforcement. We got proof of the Coast Guard just caught $1 billion worth of work. We see Young Dolph was an owner of multiple properties into real estate. We seen him his life get taken. We see a man got jacked up in his own crib in a home invasion by the have-nots and robbed for a cell phone, credit cards, and a Rolex. And we also see that Chris Brown is being jacked up again. So for those that just pulled up, I'm going to give a recap. Chris Brown is being accused of another sexual assault allegation against, and they made a point to say, a second Latina woman. They say she was an Instagram model, and this woman claims she woke up and Chris Brown told her to take a Plan B pill. This is the second woman alleging that this happened in Miami as well. The Miami Beach police are currently investigating these allegations on Chris Brown. And this information was obtained by NBC Channel 6, also MTO News. The woman allegedly said that Chris Brown stuck his finger in her mouth with a powdery substance on his finger. Allegedly saying it was some type of drug on his finger and he stuck it in her mouth. Like, taste this real quick. And she says she blacked out after that. And she says after she blacked out, she woke up in a suite. Her friends was gone and her phone was gone. And they saying that when she spoke to Chris Brown, he said, take a Plan B. Now, let's check this out. I just caught something real quick. That's why I said these are allegations. We don't know. But my point, I hope y'all caught this real quick. Check this out. She claimed when she woke up, look. She said, according to the story, when she woke up, her friends was gone and her phone was gone. Now, if her phone was gone, how did she receive a text from Mr. Brown saying he apologized? And she said he told her to take a plan B. Now, I don't know if she had more than one phone. I don't know if it was a DM. I don't know. Either way, it's all alleged. But this second woman is taking this man to court. And for those that just pulled up, I broke down earlier how it's not always about if he was right or wrong, guilty or not guilty. It's the fact that right now in this present time, he is being slandered. Chris Brown is going to have to dig into his stash to fight these cases. This case is going to make a lot of deals on the table fade away. I gave examples earlier how, you know, next week Chris Brown might have a deal to do a Cadillac commercial. And now with these allegations, Cadillac not going to want to do no business with Chris Brown. That deal is off the table. So I'm showing you how these allegations could harm you, even with whether it's right or wrong, because you're going to miss money. Your brand is going to take a hit. You're not going to be able to get new jobs. The people on your payroll, you're not going to be able to pay them like you used to. That's going to create animosity. And these are just some of the tactics that you got to fight when you're being accused. And you got to deal with public humiliation, which some of us know as a humiliation ritual. The point of the matter is, this is Chris Brown's second accusation in a couple of weeks. Because for those that don't know or remember, a couple of weeks ago, he came out and said the first allegations is cap. And he said whenever he got a project coming out or he about to do something, somehow, mysteriously, he always gets some type of allegation put on him. So being that he said that, they put another case on him. And he better hope it don't be another case and another case. Because they say in this particular situation, now they're trying to call Chris Brown a serial rapist. Do you know what that word serial rapist mean? Do you know how much weight that just being called a serial rapist? That means every chick he go around now on gonna be scared to death to be around Chris Brown. They making him look like a sick weirdo. And these are allegations, but look at the allegations and accusations against him. They say he might be considered a serial rapist, and they also saying he may spend the rest of his life behind bars if he is found guilty on these charges. Either way you want to put it, Chris Brown, one of his hit records is These Hoes Ain't Loyal. That's why you also gonna see, even with him and Trey Songz, Mr. Still Your Girl, Open Wide, It's Your Birthday. They always make these dirty songs that could be used against them in a court of law, or these songs can help paint the image of them being sex demons and foul individuals. So the music they make also eventually goes against them too. But my point is, they always end up in a situation that they in a hole that they got to try to get out of. So that's why I keep telling y'all, man, some of these celebrities, they was y'all family members. Y'all looked up to them, and now you're watching your heroes being attacked, being slandered, being taken out in Black History Month. But hopefully Chris Brown did not do these things, because if he did, he is a foul dude. Hopefully he didn't do it. But the way it looked, either way, he got to pay a price because he got to fight this in court. The woman that claims she passed out for them drinks, she want $20 million. I don't know how much this woman want. I don't even know if she want money. They might be using her to make the charges stick, because I didn't see nothing about her saying nothing about no money. And that's why they're trying to say he might could spend the rest of his life in jail. I don't know. Either way, this is the report. These are the allegations. I also spoke about earlier, for those that don't know, I spoke about the big YouTube star from the UK by the name of Jamal Edwards. He was an entrepreneur, and he was a YouTube star that passed away at the age of 31. He was the founder of SB TV, an online urban music platform, which he helped launch careers of various UK artists. They also say that Edwards is the son of a singer by the name of Brenda Edwards. And his mother said she was completely devastated. But they also say he was a pioneering figure in the British rap game, as well as grime music. He also became an ambassador for the Prince in an organization called the Prince Trust. I'm talking about the real Prince. I'm talking about a real Prince, not Prince that made music. The Prince of Wales. He had a youth charity, you know, that he ran for the Prince of Wales, which helped young people set up their own companies. And they say he started his YouTube channel with a $20 phone while he was still in school as a youngster. And they say he blew up by filming rappers and other people in his area. And then he would upload it to YouTube. And that's how he became a YouTube star. But he became a multi-millionaire by also being a filmmaker. He was in the fashion world, you know, doing catwalks and walking for Hermes. So he was getting checks from Hermes, the designer company Hermes, up there with Gucci and Louis and all of that. He got money. He was doing business with them. And he also wrote a book called Self-Belief. And some people feel like that book was a memoir and it was a business manual. Key word, a business manual. And the book was called Self-Belief, the vision on how to be success on your own terms. How to be a success on your own terms. So this is a book he wrote. So as you can see, all these different accomplishments he created or established, he accomplished a lot of things before the age of 31. And now he is resting in peace. And right now, it is not known what was the cause of his death. But he was a big YouTube star. That's the main title they put on him first. So his whole come up was from YouTube. And like I told y'all earlier, it's various big YouTubers that are now resting in peace. So let me tell you this and let me make this clear. I do not plan on being a big YouTuber. I get to a certain number of a solid core, I'm straight. And I'll work with that and we'll move on from that. My idea is not to be a big YouTuber at all. And the only reason why I'm saying that because being a big YouTuber has an expiration date. That's all I'm going to say on that. And that could just be from you not transitioning your business. I'll just leave it at that. But for those that want to know more, all you got to do is look it up. Big YouTubers that's not here no more. And they all went before their time. So that's why some of you dudes be campaigning to be the biggest YouTuber and you the biggest thing smoking and you this and that. That's a heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'll just say that. And that's why you see eventually all big YouTubers get put under attack. Or they start having a lot of problems in their life. And then you got to remember, he was this individual, JAMAL Edwards, he started out as a big YouTuber, but when he died, he was considered an entrepreneur. So you got to know the key words. Now, social media, YouTubers pass away and they're just called the influencer. You got to peep the key words. Entrepreneur, influencer. Two different words, two different categories. See? Some of you are just influencers. That's it. An influencer is not respected amongst entrepreneurs. Do you see the difference? Some of you are just influencers, meaning you could influence people positively. You might influence people negatively. But at the end of the day, they just look at you as a person that can sway the crowd. That's it. Don't mean everybody wants to do business with you. Everybody not going to see you as a productive piece. Some people could look at you like you're just a bunch of trouble because you are an influencer. So you got to know once titles are put on your head, what they really stand for and what they really mean. But we're going to say rest in peace to this young man, JAMAL Edwards, that was an entrepreneur, but he started out as a big YouTube star, and he started his way grinding from a phone when he was in high school. So we're going to salute him. Other than that, I touched on everything. I touched on a celebrity star that's resting in peace. I touched on Chris Brown and how they said he might be an alleged serial rapist and he might spend the rest of his life in jail. And I'm going to say it again. These are all allegations. These are not facts. I told y'all about how the Coast Guard caught $1 billion of that work, that twerk. 54,000 pounds of white snow. And I ain't talking about Fetty. I'm talking about that stuff Scarface had on the table. 54,500 pounds of that snow is gone. It will not hit the streets, and a lot of people will be starving. Also, 15,800 pounds of the gas, the bud, smoke, the greenery. That will not be hitting the streets. People will be starving very shortly. Y'all heard it said the streets got to eat. Well, how you think the streets was eating? Now they're going to be starving. It's going to be looking like third world countries over here this summer. Watch what I tell you. Because we already know what? Inflation is up 40%. We know everything is jacked up. And ain't no too much money coming in. That's why I'm telling you, after this last tax season, this might be your last run. I'm talking about for those who don't got a lot of resources coming in. As a whole, this tax season might be the last run. Then let's be real. Let's understand that the tax money ain't nothing but the money that was already being taken from us anyway. So it's not really like it's a favor. It's just enough to keep you running on a hamster wheel in a circle. But after this money dry up, we're going to see a lot of changes. And I also spoke about how home invasions are taking a toll. I told you about Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors, how they broke up in his crib and took $1 million worth of merchandise. Then I told you about a low-level crime when they broke into somebody's crib. 2 men and a woman, got the woman to knock on the door. The dude opened the door. They came in there and laid him down, zip-tied him with the plastic handcuffs, and took $1,600 in credit cards. See, a lot of people thought you couldn't get jacked for your credit cards, huh? But for those that listen to me, I told y'all about how there's going to be a time where they jack you up real quick and then just go run to the ATM while they got you hostage and start withdrawing. Start swiping while they got you in possession. Swipe, swipe, swipe. You in the backseat of a trunk somewhere, and they swiping your whole card away. And they also took a Rolex watch out of this man's home. So we know this was a low-level crime. They might. What I mean by that is the money they got, they're not going to be able to get too far. But a man almost lost his life over these little material things. And these could have been individuals was waiting on that shipment that never came, and now they got a kick in somebody's door. So this was going on in America. Also, on the behalf of this story, I didn't report. This is just an example of domestic behavior that's going on. We got an example of domestic behavior. Emily B, which y'all know is Fabulous wife. They saying it's alleged that they breaking up. And they saying because she haven't been posting any pictures of her and Fabulous. No Christmas, no New Year's, and they say usually she posts those pictures up. And they also say that Emily B been hanging with Cardi B, Tiana Taylor, and others. You know, they've been balling out doing their thing. And it says that their love was so strong it survived Fabulous side chicks. They say that their marriage has survived arrested, alleged domestic violence cases, restraining orders, and all types of drama. But the point I'm making is you also seeing destruction of households. What's the biggest one we seeing also with Kanye and Kim? But it's bigger than Kanye and Kim. You got to understand the games that's played. Some people came together and started up new families because of Kanye and Kim. Remember, Kim was a thought, allegedly, remember? But she represented the thought that could settle down and have kids and a family. So a lot of other women did try to be like Kim K. You seen a lot of women get pregnant and try to settle down during the pandemic. But now you see their marriage was a mockery, which also was showing y'all that marriage has been made a mockery the past couple of years. So now you see a lot of breakups. And you're also going to see a lot of these breakups been happening since the pandemic. So when you see Emily B and Fabulous breaking up, it's just an image of what's already happening in the communities around the world. Strong families are breaking up due to the pandemic, due to a lot of savage behavior. Let's remember, the pandemic had people all up under each other, which created more arguments and more stress. People ain't been able to party. The pandemic has gotten a lot of people caught for cheating. They side piece violating, calling the crib on purpose. Getting caught sneaking out, trying to see the side piece. We know all the different ways how a lot of people have been caught in the pandemic. But my point is, domestic violence cases have definitely went up in the pandemic. Restraining orders have went in, and let's be real. Some people have used the pandemic to get away from people they already wanted to get away from. Don't forget that part. Some people have left their other in the pandemic. Some women have left their man, and some men have jumped ship and left their woman in the pandemic. But my point is, you're watching the fall of family figures and family structures. That's what all that means when you see Emily B and Fab break up. Because you also got to remember now, let's check it out. Even when a couple breaks up, it still becomes trending news. Have y'all not been seeing Kanye West trending every day for the past couple weeks now? Trending every day. Let's rewind. Before the pandemic, everything was quiet. During the pandemic, they was quiet. Now you see it starting back up again. But now you see in the campaign of the family is destroyed. So if you are that woman that want to settle down and have a family, it's being looked at as it's not cool no more. If you a man that just want to work, do what you got to do, take care of your family, it's being looked at as not cool no more. It's looked at as it's not possible. It's not a reality. And it's also breeding this behavior called everybody for themselves. So you are watching the family be destroyed. What's the key thing of the family being destroyed? The key thing is the kids, the children. That's why many of us grew up to be dysfunctional, because we were not in a household with both of our parents, which automatically creates a certain type of dysfunction. But I have to flip it on both coins because, remember, you got to explain everything clear. And this is also for the dummies and the clowns that talk stupid out their mouth. We've seen families that were broken homes, meaning the mother and father wasn't there, and that child came out to be bad. We also seen kids raised in foster home without none of their parents and turn out good. We've seen households with married couples and their kids turn out to be pieces of foul, drug heads, and they came from both their parents their whole life, and they came out foul. We've seen single mothers raise their child by themselves, and they become great. We've seen single fathers raise their kids that become great. My point is, I'm going to say it again. We've seen adopted kids grow up to be great without none of their parents. So my point is, it's the ways of the world that sway some things sometimes, and it got nothing to do with parenting all the time. But parenting does play a key part. So I'm going to leave that part at that. But the family structure are correct. Let's also remember this. Do we not have a lot of dysfunctional families where everybody in the family is there? You got all your family members, but y'all can't come under one roof in peace. Dysfunctional family. You grew up with all your brothers, your sisters, your mom, and your dad, your cousins, your aunties, everybody, uncle, grandma still living, all that. And still is no love and no structure in the family. That's called a dysfunctional family. Sometimes you can grow up in a dysfunctional family and grow up very, very weird. Sometimes you can be raised by one parent and come out totally perfect. That's why I'm trying to show y'all everything can't just be put in one box. That's my whole point. So y'all should understand that. Good morning, Rondell. I see you. I pulled up late today. Sassy NJ, what's up? But I'm gonna be running through the chat real quick because I done passed my time, right? But I wanted to show y'all the different scenarios of life, and that's why I be trying to tell people, when you keep campaigning on one aspect, you never look at the other side of the coin, or you don't never see the pyramid from different angles. You just always looking from one way. That's why it's a pyramid. That's why it's different dimensions. You got one dimension, you got two dimensional, you got three dimensional, and then you got other dimensions after that. But everybody can't see past the third dimension. My point is this: it's never just one way. People love to make it like everything is just one way. Well, maybe if they had the parents was doing this, that child would have came out like that. No, that don't mean that. You got parents that be on their children's ass and they come out 3 times worse. Give them everything, supply them with all the knowledge, information. They go to college and start acting a fool. They start touching all type of drugs. They start taking the money out that you giving them, spending it on not. Man, what are you talking about? Those are people that never been nowhere, never seen nothing. How many of y'all in the room, or how many people listen to this video, y'all know people that been to college and turned up super heavy when they got to college? And they grew up in the hood as nerds. It's dudes that didn't sell drugs till they went to college. And then they want to move bricks and pounds. It's women that was virgins in the hood, but both their parents grew up right, went to college and became thoughts. And some of them even got pregnant in college. So I'm showing you the mentality of people that don't know nothing. And everything ain't just one way. You got people raised in the hood with all their principles and morals. Might have dropped out in junior high school, got their GED, and they straight. So we don't put everything in one box. That's ignorant mentality, putting everything in one category. That's all I'm saying. That's the problem with our people. That's why I keep telling you it's never going to be no one community, because everybody thinks different, and then you got some people, they just think stupid. So the stupid people should have their own community where they just go that way. They just stay over there. And the smart people, we go over this way. And we do our own thing. That's how it's got to be. It's never going to, we're not all coming together. So get that fantasy and get that dream out your mind. And then you're always going to see the one that wants to be the leader is always the stupidest one. Listen to yourself, man. It's called common sense. All right? That's right. No broad brushing. No broad brushing. Exactly. You can't just paint one picture. That's why you got art galleries. And that's why when you go in an art gallery, it's never going to be a picture just for one person. It's going to be multiple different artists within that room that you can put different pictures in your home and make your home beautiful with all different types of artwork, because it's not just one picture. Boom. So with that note, I'm not going to hold y'all too long. If you didn't catch it, catch the beginning. I spoke on a lot of things in this episode. And I definitely want to thank all of y'all for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everything y'all do. Y'all keep me motivated to do what I do. I'm going to keep doing it. We're going to expand. It's going to be some great things going on. And we're going to take it a day at a time. And right now, we're going to get through today. Let me salute the chat, and then I'm going to slide. Hopefully, y'all had a good weekend. And hopefully, y'all having a good everything. Whatever it is, I just hope it's good. And if it ain't good, just try to make it good. ABG, BK all day. Salute, bro. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the all notification bell. And like I say, man, I appreciate comments because sometimes I like to know where I stand with people. I like to know if I'm going too far, if I'm making sense, if people see things how I see things, if people don't see things how I see things. Either way, never be shy to leave a comment. Or if I say something that you want to be clarified on or you don't get what I'm saying, leave a comment and I'll answer back. Y'all know, everybody in the chat know I answer back. But salute Miss Danielle Walker. Thanks for pulling up. Vlad Riot, always supporting. Miss L Blue, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate all of y'all. Miss Sassy NJ, thank you for enjoying the show. Hopefully everybody's entertained because guess what? We got enough stuff going on in the real world. And all I'll be trying to do is just get us through the day. I just do my part. And this also helped me out. This helped me stay balanced and stay focused. And it also let me know it ain't always about me. It ain't always about you, nigga. You understand? Like I say, sometimes I might not feel like coming on, but I think about the people first, and I be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody might get something out of something I gotta say, or somebody might see things how I see. Either way, man. That's what I do. This is our new way of friendship. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told you can't let everybody in your home, but you can't let people in your home through the internet. You just gotta know how to use it. Dion Broad, what's up? Who else slid up in here? Queen of Attraction. What's up, Queen? Once again, the Juice Show. Juicy always holding it down. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be turning up soon. And like I say, for those that do their thing in the chat, those who create content, those who got brands, whatever it is, y'all need to be politicking and y'all need to be networking and y'all need to be, you know what I'm saying? We need to get these interviews and get certain things going. And I will be working with certain people coming up pretty soon. I plan on working with a lot of y'all because there's so many different things to be doing and networking on. Believe that. You know, it can never be too many shows. It can never be too many nothing. It can never be too many segments, whatever you want. It's so many different things to do while we got the opportunity to do it because we don't know how long all this stuff is going to be here. So we got to take advantage. That's all I'm going to say on that. Network. Don't let an ego or a stupid person, you know, don't let an ego or stubborn personality stop you from networking and creating something great. John Shaft, what up, bro? One of the day ones. What's up, my brother? Who else in here? Once again, Rondell up in here. We already know that. She always support. I got people that make content that support me when they don't have to, man. So I definitely appreciate you. You know I appreciate you, Rondell. Every day you pull up. You pull up all the time and you got your own thing going on. I respect that and I appreciate that. That's for a lot of y'all that support me, that got your own channel and do your own thing. Y'all always pull up, man. Sometimes I miss y'all a lot because sometimes, like when you come on Rondell, sometimes you'll come on right after I start editing and finishing up my video and running around, and you come on after me. And sometimes, a lot of time, I miss your lives a lot. And then sometimes it don't even pop up, period. So I got to catch it later. But I be trying to support every last one of y'all that support me. And that's why I told y'all eventually we're going to be doing some work. We're going to take it to another level because you can't always stay on the same level. You got to always step up. You got to always try to challenge yourself to step it up just a little bit, which will open up another door, which is another gateway, which will give you more expansion. That's what it's about. Once the door is open, you don't just look at the door. You don't just stand in the doorway. You got to run through the whole building. That's how you got to do it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep building and going upwards. Real Life TV, what up? ASAP Auto, what up? What's up, fam? Y'all already know. Mr. X. American Links. Who else up in here? Y'all, because a lot of y'all was sliding through. I think that's about it for right now, but It is what it is. I think that's about it. Who this right here? Herks up, man. Yo, y'all be having me tripping, man, with these troll pages, man. My boy Diz, what up, Diz? That's one of my #1 supporters right there, man. That's a fact. That's the bro. Teach TV. I know a lot of people overslept today. It felt like a weekend. Because I know the kids home. I know, you know what I'm saying? It's a holiday. It is a holiday, so and some people probably was up late. It felt like you know what I'm saying, like a holiday. It actually feel like a holiday. What I mean is like it feel like an extra day on the weekend. Like today is a day, I guess, to be lazy or whatever. I don't know. But some people probably got to wash clothes and do all type of stuff, clean the crib. But I'm gonna be real. I ain't come on to like 7:40 myself, so y'all wasn't that late. Y'all still pulled up. Other than that, like I said, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I'm about to get up out of here. If you didn't catch it from the beginning. I want to tell y'all have a good day. Stay blessed up. Stay positive. Watch your back. Don't let anybody around you. Don't make yourself a target, a victim. Don't be a statistic. And with that note, y'all stay right. Y'all stay blessed. I'm going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all know how I do. I'm out. 1.